100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, humans will be able to do so much more than what we're currently doing, because we had the courage to heal. We had the courage to say, no, this life is not making sense. I want to actually live a life that makes me happy. Hey y'all, it's the goddess aka Divinity Goddess checking the FN, and I hope y'all are having a divine day. Now, if you do not know, I am a spiritual guide and teacher here to help you understand who you are as a spiritual multidimensional being, and to also help you live your best life. So there is what is called the new earth frequency that is available to all of us. But before I get more into that, I want to talk to you guys about what the old earth is. Some people think that when they hear the old earth versus the new earth, they think that there is actually going to be two different physical earths, and that is not the case. So I want to explain this to whoever comes across this video. If you do see this video, this message is for you, so you have a better understanding. And I'm sure if you come across this, you are either on the brink of awakening, or you have just awakened, and this video is being put in front of you by the universe to help you better understand what is actually happening in the world around you. The old earth, also known as the old paradigm, is our old way of doing things as a species. So in the old earth, in the old paradigm, we were looking outside of ourselves to not only validate ourselves, to not only make ourselves feel good enough, but to make ourselves feel whole. We would work super hard outside of ourselves to chase after what we wanted, instead of just operating from this newer, higher frequency. Now, in the old earth, there was also this concept of fear. And while fear is not necessarily exempt from the new earth, fear in the old earth is a tactic used to keep people stuck where they are, so that they don't move beyond what they fear. So the old earth is just our old way of being. It's an older state of consciousness that no longer serves where we as a collective are evolving to. However, there are some people who are still operating in the old earth and who are choosing that. So the thing about the old earth and the new earth is that you have a choice. We are spiritual beings. We are limitless beings. We have free will as expressions of God. And so because we have free will, some people are still choosing the old earth and the old way. But with that comes an understanding that you are going to be living in fear. And this video is not created to scare you or anything. It's just stating the facts. Okay, you're going to be living through the old way, and life is going to be a lot harder for those people who are choosing the old earth and the old way. And then we have what is called the new earth, the higher states of consciousness. The old earth and the new earth is not a new place. They are just different states of consciousness. So while the old earth is the third dimension, the new earth is the fifth dimension. It's a new way of approaching life as an evolved species. Okay. So typically people who are moving towards the new earth, they are doing the healing work. They are questioning and asking themselves what and why they are triggered by certain things. They are releasing and letting go of what no longer serves them. And instead of the old earth, where people were working super hard outside of themselves to chase something, in the new earth, we understand that we have access to different frequencies, and all realities exist right now in this moment. Because in the old earth, time was a thing. But in the new earth, we understand that time is an illusion, and everything that could ever happen is all happening right now. So if we understand that everything that could happen is already happening right now, then we also understand that we have the ability to quantum leap into a new timeline. So because all realities exist, like I said, we have an opportunity to quantum leap into a different frequency, which will put us on a different timeline. Now, this does not mean that we don't do in the new earth, but we actually become that person who is operating in that new reality, so that we can magnetize and draw that reality to us, which prevents us from having to work super hard outside of ourselves in order to get what we want. Because with this higher state of consciousness, we understand that everything and everyone outside of us is a reflection of us, which means that I don't have to work outside of me to get what I want. All I have to do is go inside myself, cultivate the energy and the experience of already having the reality that I want to live in. And as a result of grounding that energy into these 3D by continuously feeling the emotions and staying on the frequency where I am in my desired reality, I am therefore, as a energetic vibrational being, magnetizing that reality to me so that I can experience it physically in the 3D. Notice the term that I'm using. I keep saying so you can experience it physically. The reason why I'm saying that is because you don't need something to exist outside of you in order to be able to experience it. You can experience any reality you choose to experience internally. Because you are a spiritual being, you can move between different frequencies and maintain that frequency if you so choose to. Now, the fun part, the game here, is not being distracted by your 3D reality to the point where it knocks you off of being in that frequency and you don't find your way back. If that happens to you, you are literally evolving as a species, so it's a normal part of the process. But what you don't want to do is allow your 3D reality to consume you so much to the point where you don't go back to that internal reality where you have what you want. If you have questions, let me know in the comments below so that I can better explain or, break it down for you. Now, something that's really important for you to understand, especially when it comes to creating your reality, is that your currency is your energy. Your currency is where you are putting your attention, where you are feeding your energy, because whatever you feed and give your energy to, you are giving life to. So this is the catch, right? Not putting my energy and attention on things that I do not want, because as I am putting my energy and my attention on the things that I don't want, as I feel the emotions associated with the things that I don't want, in those moments, I am actually creating the reality that I don't want. And that means that I need to make sure that I am directing my energy and attention and focusing only on the things that I do want, and also training my body to feel the emotions of what it would feel like to actually have it right now so that I can create that reality for myself. Now, oftentimes people know what it feels like to have what they don't want because we've been indoctrinated and we have lived in a system where fear has ran rampant. So it's easy for us to, on demand, feel feelings of fear, think about things we don't want, because that is the society we've grown up in. And so now we have an opportunity to retrain our minds and retrain our emotional body to start to experience and feel emotions of happiness and joy and peace and gratitude and all these higher vibrational emotions without the things needing to be there in our physical experience in order for us to feel those emotions now. Which means that if you continue to teach your body how to be happy, how to be joyful, right, without needing the thing to be happy or to be joyful, you will automatically start to attract more things to be happy about, more things to be grateful for, more things to be joyful about, because that is how energy works. Like attracts like. So if I'm sending out this vibration and this signal of happiness and peace, the universe has no other option but to send that back to me, because that is what I'm communicating to it. So because there is a new frequency that we all have access to, everything is manifesting at a much faster rate. And my guides and my angels are always telling me, make sure that you're focusing on your highest expectations, because everything is manifesting very quickly. And so what you have to learn to do is train yourself on how to be happy now, how to feel good right now. Now, something else that I want to tell y'all about the old earth and the new earth is that they are literally just two different states of consciousness. And it is not a good thing or a bad thing, right? Human constructs tell us to identify good and bad. The old earth is not bad. The new earth is not good. They just are what they are. And we have a choice to choose which kind of earth we want to operate in. If you are somebody who wants to operate in the old earth, that is your prerogative. But I can guarantee that if you're watching this video, you probably are on the path to operating in the new earth and the new earth frequency. Something that I do to manage my energy is I stopped watching the news, because I realized that if the media can control my attention, then they can also control my energy and my vibration. And I do not want to give my power away, because while the media tries to do a good job at, promoting fear, I truly do believe that there is so much good out here in the world that is not broadcasted, and that is what I choose to put my energy and my attention on. This was a really big thing for me, especially like years ago when the whole Trayvon Martin thing happened. It just really hurt my feelings to see so many people who looked like me get gunned down or unalived for no reason. And back when I was starting my journey and understanding more about energy and just walking my spiritual path, I realized that every time that I put my energy and my attention attention on these stories that literally devastated me and made me so sad that it affected my energy throughout that whole day. It also affected my mental health tremendously. So I had to make a decision in that moment. Did I want to continue to immerse myself in the news and immerse myself in information that was not going to serve me and the energy that I wanted to embody? Or was I going to make a conscious decision to no longer watch the news, to no longer surround myself or put myself in situations where I was not going to feel good? Because I am very intuitive and I'm also very empathic. So I feel my feelings very deeply. I understood that I was responsible for my own vibration. I had to make a decision. Did I want to continue to immerse myself in this news that was not serving me, that was affecting my mental health, that was affecting my mood, affecting my energy, right? Or did I want to make a conscious decision to stop putting myself in situations or exposing myself to media that was not going to help me get to where I wanted to be vibrationally? So that meant for me, not only not watching the news, but clearing out social media. Like, I deleted my old pages, started new pages. I stopped following the Shade Room and all these other sites that really did not do anything for me vibrationally. Okay, they kept me in this lower vibrational energy that I did not want to be in. So another thing to really take into account when you are walking a spiritual path and you are somebody who is consciously choosing to be in this new earth is that you have to understand that you are responsible for your vibration and no one else. And so because you are responsible, you have to make a decision. Are there certain things that I'm going to choose to cut out of my life because I know what this does to me and my vibration, and therefore I want to make a more conscious decision of what I'm allowing into my space? That is very important. Something else to note about the new earth and the old earth is that if you are somebody who is operating in the new earth, this is something that I've noticed a lot with some people, not necessarily now, but definitely way back in the Maybach, is that people would judge others for being in the old earth or for believing what they believe. And if you're somebody who is operating in the new earth, you have to understand that it's not your job to judge anybody for what they believe. It's not your job to try to convince anybody to believe what you believe, because everyone is God, which means everyone has dominion over their own life. And just because somebody does not believe what you believe does not mean that what they believe is wrong. It simply means that they don't believe what you believe. And your job is to love them regardless and allow them to live their life and make their choices that they see fit for their own lives, because their life is not your life. Truly loving people is giving them the space to be who God has called them to be and not who we think they should be based off of who God has called us to be. Love is not control. Love is not trying to change you. Love is acceptance. I accept you for who you are. I get to decide, are you somebody that I want to experience? If I do, okay. If I don't, okay. I send you off with love. It doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means that I choose no longer to experience you. Either way is okay. But let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about the old earth and the new earth. This shift has been happening for quite some time, like years in the making. Honestly, this is such a time to be alive, because we are literally seeing humanity change right before our eyes. And you can focus on all the negative things that are happening in the world, or you can focus on all the amazing things that are happening in the world. All I see around me are people waking up, are people leaving their jobs, discontinuing things that no longer serve them. And it makes me feel so good that people are finally not only waking up to the power of who they are, but actually walking in their truth unapologetically, no matter what comes with that. The light has already won. And if you can't see that, that just is an indicator of what side you're actually on. And again, that's not a bad thing or a good thing. It just is what it is. So I'm very thankful to be a part of this mass awakening. I'm very grateful that Spirit has put me on your path. I'm very grateful that you have chosen whatever side you have chosen, because regardless, it serves a purpose. Whether you are in the old earth or the new earth, if you are in the old earth, so a lot of us had to go through the old earth to decide and experience that, so that we could realize that, oh, I don't want this for my life. So that's why the old earth is not a bad thing. The older state of consciousness is not a bad thing, because it propelled a lot of us to this newer or higher state of consciousness, and we couldn't have this newer state of consciousness without the older state of consciousness. The fact that we are on the brink of a huge evolution for our species is like so monumental to me. And to think that because we are the ones that are doing the work right now, that we're healing our generational trauma, we're healing our lineages, 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, humans will be able to do so much more than what we're currently doing, because we had the courage to heal. We had the courage to say, no, this life is not making sense. This life does not make me happy. I want to actually live a life that makes me happy. I deserve to live for me, period. So anyway, that is all I have for y'all today. I am wishing you the absolute best on your healing journeys. I am so proud of you for doing the work to transcend and transmute any darkness that lives within you and integrating that into yourself, because it just allows you to really continue to occupy this space as your whole self. So I'm so proud of you. I love you to life. This is the Goddess signing the F out, and I will talk to you soon.